talk to you London Boxing News from the capital city here with Shane McGuigan. Shane, you've just been unveiled as George Groves' new trainer. Just tell us a little bit about how that came around, Shane.
George, he mentioned my name in an interview when he did with Sky a few months ago. I don't think he was ready to start training again. And I think he went and assessed other trainers and worked with other trainers, which is the right thing to do. You don't go and jump into the situation. You go around and work with everyone else, and he did that. And got the phone call. We started a few sessions together, and after 2 or 3 sessions, he was like, "I want you to train me," and I accepted. I think the world of him as a fighter. I think he's got unbelievable ability. He picks things up so quick, and I think he just needs the right fights at the right time and get himself back into the title contention. And I believe he can beat anyone in the super middleweight division.
Is it a case of when a fighter approaches you, you should sort of sit down and map things out, or is it you take them on the pads and see how you work together, or how does
It's kind of like, you've got to take them on the pads once, see if they're listening to you. If they're not listening to you, there's no point in doing it. So if they're listening to you, they're picking things up. If they feel natural with that style, I mean, it's like, okay, you give me a certain style and I'm not going to work well with it. But George Groves is pretty much exactly what I do well with. Guys, got good feet, got good length in his punches, so we started working together. And I watched him spar, got a couple of sparring partners in, and he was listening well. He was transferring what we're doing on the pads into sparring, and that's the thing. It's not just about how good they look on the pads and how crisp they hit the pads. It's about how they can transfer the information into the sparring, and then obviously it's another step from transferring it from sparring into the fights. But I think we work well together. We've got a good connection. He's in a position now that he feels that he needs to go back to what he's good at and go back to the basics pretty much. It's not rocket science behind it. It's just about getting really, really sharp and getting length back in his shots.
That means to put you in a position where you feel like you're bad-mouthing people, Shane. Did you maybe look at George's previous fights you may have watched on television and maybe seen sort of things you think are jumping out at you that you changed in an instant? I know all fighters have weaknesses and can be corrected.
I just think every fighter's got a perfect coach for him, and every coach has got a perfect fighter or that certain style. I think Paddy Fitzpatrick's a great coach, I really do. Adam Booth's a great coach. Paddy, if you gave Paddy Fitzpatrick James Toney, he'd have made him exactly the fighter he was. Genuinely, I think that shoulder roll and that style, and it's very good defensively on the inside. But some guys see shots in close, and some guys feel more comfortable and see the shots from distance. And if you're working a certain way, and if you try, Paddy's the first person to say that they just weren't gelling. So it doesn't make him a bad coach because he didn't do well with George Groves. It's just he's a great coach. He just needs the right fighters to work with. I think I take on a certain style of fighters that I believe I can work with, and I believe that they're listening to me, and I think George is that sort of style. I think Carl Frampton is he's great in middle distance, great on the back foot, very, very clever with his punch selection, and I think other fighters are looking at that and how he can force everything. It's all very fluid and natural, and I think they're just kind of like assessing other coaches out there. Every coach has a perfect style. I think me and George will work well together.
Just finally, Shane, how important is it for you as George's coach now to rebuild him, if you like? Because no matter how you dress it up, you failed to win a world title 3 times. You go into it again. Those things are going to be in the back of your mind. Just getting rid of those doubts you may have.
Demons, but every fighter has demons. Like Carl Froch had demons. He had demons as an amateur. He couldn't even walk to a ring. But look at the strength of him to overcome that and do what he did. It's phenomenal. So it's about all coaches are almost, which is strange when they're almost that father figure, and they've got to help and give that support and that guidance. And I think although I'm slightly younger, about 5 months younger than George, and a year and a half younger than Carl, and then 8 years younger than David, but they still listen to me like I'm almost a senior person to them, and that just shows the level of intelligence from the fighter and level of respect that they have for not only me but also for boxing. So it's not so much rebuilding his confidence or rebuilding anything. It's just about giving him that helping hand and that little bit of belief. Because let's be honest, he lost in a split decision in Vegas to a Mayweather fighter on a Mayweather card. Could have gone either way. I had it very close, but I thought he made some fundamental errors in that fight, and he just didn't look himself. Whether it was the great flash knockdown at the start, whatever the case, he just looked like he was forcing it. George, he's so accurate, and he's great timing, and he sets up. He's very patient, and he just looked like he was forcing everything. So, I'm just going to get working together, and it's what we've been doing so far is been working, and I really believe that this guy's going to be doing some massive things in 2016.
Great times for you, Shane, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, man.